Good evening, Canes fans. Peter Ariz here, bringing you tonight's instant reaction as the Canes basketball team moves to 1-0 with a win over Pitt tonight. It was a comeback victory, 76-69. Miami was favored in this one. This is not a Pitt team that has been all that great this year, but they were coming off a 35-point victory over Penn State. So ACC play, man, you can see from the opening tip here, the intensity was different. The on-ball defense was more intense. Like I said, right at the start here, the intensity was just different in this one. And Miami's shooting was not great. We understand that that's not what this team's bread and butter is going to be. They finished 18% from 3-point range, 4 for 22, and we're really at like 11% for most of this game here. But when it mattered most, they got the ball to guys like Malik Renew, 28 points, and then Trey Donaldson was a real closer for Miami in this one. Was a real shot maker, 6 for 14 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, but hit a pivotal 3-point shot late in that second half. Miami came into the second half down by 10 points here. So it was a complete flip, outscoring Pitt here by 17 points in the second half. And again, it's not a great Pitt team this year, but they went on a 20-0 run against Miami in the first half there. So this team had to dig deep and really find their best players, which is, again, Malik Renew, 28 points, 10 for 10 from the free throw line. And maybe it's him being a lefty. Maybe it's he gets his points primarily in the paint, in the post. But when he gets the ball, man, I just feel how I felt when Jordan Miller a few years ago had the ball for Miami. I just felt like the possession was going to be a good one. I felt like he was going to make the right play. He was going to make only one assist tonight, but it just seems like the ball's around him. He's going to grab it. He had a great tip out to extend a possession. He was not going to be able to grab it with two hands, tipped it out to Trey Donaldson, restarted the possession. Just smart plays with him, and he's playing winning basketball. So huge performance. In 28 minutes, 28 points. So very efficient performance. He had some foul trouble, four fouls tonight, had 3 early in the game. Shelton Henderson, 35 minutes for Miami, 10 points, but the physicality was evident, man. 8 rebounds for him. He missed a couple free throws that would have tied the game up for Miami at that juncture of the game. 0 for 3 from 3, but really good to see him shooting the ball still and shooting with confidence. Dante Allen, great to see him in a return role today. 14 minutes, not a lot on the stat sheet. 1 for 4, had a nice take to the basket. 0 for 1 from 3-point range, but his size, his intensity on the defensive side of the floor, his ability to rebound, and just what he can do within the flow of the offense. He's not someone the ball doesn't stop in his hands. The ball keeps moving, and he's going to make the right play. He's going to make a winning play. So, yeah, man, I'm here at a different setup than usual. Like I said, I have some family obligations these next few days here. That's why I'm not able to be there in Dallas for the football game. So yes, my camera's set up right now. I like to be outside early in the game. I got other different dogs here other than Honey who are trying to get, be part of the shot here. So I'm managing all of that, but had to get on here and shout out Jay Lucas. Went more of a zone in the second half from my amateur eye that kind of threw Pitt off there. And Jay Lucas, he's a defensive coach, right? So that's going to be Miami's calling card here throughout the ACC. Hopefully you can get some better shooting from the outside than what you had today. True Washington, 11 points for him. Not his best shooting performance. Missed some open threes. Hit a big one at an important part of the game there that got Miami back within, I think, 3 points at that point of the game. But 1 for 6 from 3. And I think he'll be a much better shooter than what we saw tonight. Ernest Uday, I really want to shout him out. 30 minutes tonight, 6 points. Had 6 early ones, and a lot of them are on lobs, but 11 rebounds, critical ones, 3 steals, led Miami in steals tonight. So he has very active hands, and luckily able to sit courtside. Shout out to my boy Spenny B and the Barons family. And when you're sitting there, man, you get a really good view of just the activity level of certain players. And Ernest Ude, with his length and his at 6'11", almost 7 feet, but at 6'11", he can move really well for his size and clogs up a lot of the passing lanes. So love his activity on the defensive side of the floor. Again, not a pretty performance completely here. You shoot 4 for 22 from 3-point range, 45% from the field, which this team, I think for the most part, even though we know they aren't great outside shooters, has been getting to their spots and shooting a pretty good percentage this year. So you want to see that continue to trend in the right direction. But great start here. Great start to get Miami and Jay Lucas 1-0 here in ACC play. You will go on the road at Wake Forest in a week here. And that's a good Wake Forest team. They've had some ups and downs early part of the year here, but that's a tournament team. That's a team that some people think can be a Sweet 16 sort of team. And you're playing at Wake Forest. That'll be a very, very good test for Miami at Wake Forest. So we will we'll stay tuned for that. Let me see here some of these comments as the dogs are crying. Hurricanes 305 says, yeah, it was a 2-3 zone. And I think that really mixed things up for Pitt. They weren't a great offensive team. Great bounce back in the second half. One Worrell says, Coach K, philosophy looms large. Patience. My boy Foyo says, shout out Kenny Kaji. Yeah, man, a great cane from the past. Coach L was at this game, sitting courtside as he is most games here. So great to see him around. 1-0 in the ACC, man. That's all you can really ask for here. Shout out to Aries Law PA, AriesLawPA.com for your free consultation. This is estate planning. This is wills, trusts. We don't want to talk about this stuff really, guys, but we have to protect the people and assets you value most. Plan your future. Schedule your free consultation today, AriesLawPA.com. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here. We'll be back tomorrow. Next game, Canes Cats C305, January 7th at Wake Forest. So just over a week here. Appreciate everyone for hopping on with me tonight. Real quick, hit that like and subscribe. Go Canes.